What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in the garage today just because it's super windy and cold outside and our project is inside today. I figured since the truck is kind of torn apart, front end is torn apart and sitting all here behind me, it's a good opportunity to try like a little science experiment. And that experiment is using the Dupli-Color Shadow chrome blackout coating. Super interesting, it's only 30 bucks and these guys claim to be able to paint over chrome pieces, chrome badging, and make them black. So we'll see about that. Either way, I'm not super like worried about it if it does not work. So the whole goal here is, since the front end's apart because we are changing headlights and stuff in the truck, I'm waiting for some new bulbs to come. I got some time to kill and I've always wanted to make the Ram letters in these C looking shapes. I wanted to either make them black or paint match them Delmonico red because I think it looks good. Now don't get me wrong, the truck looks freaking phenomenal with the chrome on the grill as this summer, like with the chrome wheels and everything. I think we rocked it and made it look really good. But we were changing it up for this year, going black / color match. And I know you're probably asking me like, John, why don't you pay like a professional to do this? And I would, just like retro shop the guys who painted my taillights and made them look phenomenal. But just to get these 3 letters and these 2 little C lights, it's like $300, and I can't source them anywhere just because, like, even on Mopar's website, I could find these letters, but only in matte black, so I'd still have to paint them gloss anyways. And I can't find these anywhere except for like on Amazon. They're like 80 bucks and like covers. They're not actual like pieces. They're just like little stick-on covers that go over top. And so I don't know. I figured for 30 bucks, might as well. And I'm not really worried about like ruining the letters because if I do, like if this stuff sucks and I do ruin the letters, it doesn't matter because I could go to Retro Shop and have them get me and paint me black ones, and he doesn't even take the old ones back. So these are straight trash if they don't work, because the guys at Retro Shop will get me brand new ones somewhere somehow, I can't find them, and he'll paint them for me. So I figured no matter what, for 30 bucks, it's worth a shot, it's worth an experiment, and it's definitely worth a review to see how long this stuff holds up, if it does at all. I will say the nice stuff about this, the nice thing about it, I guess, that you do get 2 coats, like 2 cans. One is actually like the paint, and it's not like 100% black. It's like a gray coating, so it says to do like 2 to 3 coats. I'll probably do 4 to 5, just so that way I know it's nice and black because I want it to be black. And then there is a clear coat, which is awesome. There is a clear coat, which is good, make it nice and shiny. I don't use Plasti Dip. I hate Plasti Dip. I mentioned that in tons of videos. I think Plasti Dip looks like shit, and it's just not quality in my opinion. So first things first, obviously you have to pull the grill out of the truck, and then the next step is to obviously get these pieces off. I don't feel like masking anything, so I actually already went ahead and took this off. I thought just the letters come off, but I'm wrong. Like this whole entire piece comes off with basically 2 screws, 1 screw there, 1 screw there, and then 3 clips. 1 clip, 2 clip. I think I lied to you, 3 screws and 2 clips. Either way, this whole piece comes off, and then I actually wanted to take the letters off the piece, but I started to pull on these little tabs. They're super cheap and super plastic, and I'm afraid I'm gonna break every single tab off, and then to get the letters back on, they're just not gonna go on. They're gonna be like real not secure. So realistically, this whole piece right here is matte black. The rest of the grill pieces you can see are gloss black. So I'm gonna say screw it and paint this entire thing. Now, I didn't take these little C pieces off yet. There was no screws behind them, just like 6 clips around the whole thing. I'm just gonna take the whole stuff off, move the car out of the garage, put the stuff over there, and we're gonna paint it up and see if it looks good. You can kind of see exactly what this looks like now. Look how beat up this is just from the highway. So I'm not worried if I ruin these. If I ruin these, it is what it is. I'll pay someone to make these look real good. But for the most part, here's a good experiment. Let's get these off, get this painted. All right, now real quick, the reason why I'm calling this such a science experiment is because I know the way to paint chrome is to not just paint over top of chrome. Generally, to paint anything, you have to scuff the surface up, make it real abrasive, clean it free of all debris and oils and waxes, and put a primer on it, put a paint. Like the only thing that ever has been like Plasti Dip is the only thing that people put over chrome generally, and Plasti Dip generally doesn't last very long, maybe a couple months before it flakes off. So that's the crazy part to me, is why this stuff here is allowing you to paint right over chrome. So that's the whole reason why I'm so curious. So first step is done. I cleaned all the emblems. They look really good. They actually look super scratched up. All right, like I said, everything is clean. I got it on a tarp. It's really scratched up. I'm not sure if the camera could see that or focus on it, which is why I don't care too much if it gets, if this stuff doesn't work very well. But everything's cleaned up. I got it kind of prepped. I'm gonna get the cans out now. I am probably gonna hit it with an air compressor real quick to make sure it's 100% dry. But use some Dawn dish detergent, got all the oils and everything off of it. Gonna hit the stuff with the paint. Like I said, it says to do 2 to 3 coats to make it black or shaded, but we're gonna test that out. Put a bunch of coats of this stuff on, let it dry, put the clear coat on. We'll see what it looks like quality-wise. Pop the pieces back into the grill. Oh, actually, that's what I want to say. Look how crazy this is. These pieces actually do come off without that whole black backing. And I thought about still trying to get these off, but honestly, I'm not breaking all those clips and then not going to be able to get the letters back in. So this whole piece is getting done. These are getting done like this. So let go. This is like 5 coats of just the shadow can, so no clear coat yet. I think it looks pretty good. It's black. It is super black. Like the first 2 coats you probably saw, you can barely tell, but I started to lay it on a little bit heavier, like coat 4 or 5, and I think it looks really good. And if I set it here on the grill, yeah. That looks good. That looks really good. That's exactly the look I was going. It is, I didn't put the clear coat on yet, so I just wanted to show you what it looked like before the clear coat. So you can see, like, it is pretty glossy. I will say it's glossy. I'm very curious to see how this is gonna turn out afterwards. So I'm not gonna film the gloss part. I'm gonna throw the gloss on. It says the exact same directions, basically saying that every 20 minutes, you can put another coat on, do like 2 to 3 coats, and then do about 1 to 2 heavy coats, let it dry for about an hour. Like, look, you can see the gloss. So either way, I'm gonna get these back over there. I'm gonna put the gloss on. I'll show you the final product, the finished results with it on the grill, and we'll call it a day. So, and then obviously after we drive this thing around for a couple thousand miles, see how this stuff holds up. But so far, so good. I'm impressed for 30 bucks.
A few moments later.
Alright, so the grill is done. I let it sit overnight so we could just kind of see how it looked, because it did look kind of iffy while the gloss was drying. And so here is the final product. You can see it. I'll be honest with you, I don't think it looks as good with the gloss on that it did look before I put the gloss on, if that makes sense. With the gloss on, it looks kind of, I don't know, it looks kind of textured. I thought it looks really good before I put the gloss on. I already put the 2 side pieces on, so you can see that, because they just clipped right in. And legit, this is gonna go right back in like that as well. Actually, I probably could just clip that in. And then all I gotta do is put the screws on the other side. But I do think it looks good overall, because all that's gloss, all that's gloss. I don't think it stands out too much that this is gloss and this is matte. I mean, it's obviously not on a truck, and you got severe light right here, so it looks kind of off maybe right now. But if you want to see what this looks like on the truck, stay tuned in next week's video. We'll be putting the whole truck, the whole front end back together. And I'm super excited, honestly, to see how it is with the grill all black. And that is all I got for you guys today. So I think semi-short video, nothing crazy, but I did want to, oh, by the way, I used almost this entire can of the shadow, like the shadow stuff itself. Probably only used maybe half of the gloss. So, I don't know, I'd say if you're doing a whole truck, you might need 2 of those cans, 2 of those kits, if you will. But I just did the grill, and I kind of used almost 1. But I did go pretty heavy on the last couple coats. I did go 5 coats on each, just because I wanted to make sure it looked black and not just gray, and I wanted to make sure it was super protected from rock chips and whatnot. So stay tuned, because I will 100% give this stuff a review after driving for a couple thousand miles to see how well it holds up, if it holds up at all. Then obviously, like I said, if this stuff just falls apart completely, I'll probably just pay a retro shop to make me some of these and paint them professionally. All that being said, Blackout your emblems under 30 bucks. Like the video if you haven't already, subscribe, join the family, join the bill, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.